I mean, you can't even get into it. All right, well, give it a shot, just out of curiosity. See if it starts. Nothing. Amount of computers that are in it and the amount of technology that's in the vehicle, it's always drawing power, even if it's just sitting in your driveway. So you got to remember, we either need to put a trickle charger on it if you're going to let it sit for a month, or you're going to be facing a dead battery after a month. The good news is Amazon to the rescue. It's always Amazon to the rescue. Always. So I picked up this little doodad. What they were telling me is you only got to charge it like once every 3 months, but it'll hold a charge for like 3 months at a time. And it's got enough power to fire over an 8-liter diesel. And the cool part is, you check it out, it's got we can jumpstart your car, okay? But it's also got a built-in compressor, so we can actually air up your tires too. Yeah, or a basketball or a football or something if we're playing. So for camping and overlanding, this will actually come in really handy. It's ironic that it's your Jeep is the first one that gets used.
It's like I dyed my Jeep on purpose.
But it is an Amazon find. We haven't tried it yet, so let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. And I got a green light. Why don't you go ahead, fire it up. Oh, you need the keys. That's helpful. Regardless of the status of the battery, it won't start without the keys. Dude, that's almost more power than it had when the battery was charged. All right, so what we're gonna do as another Amazon find is we're gonna install a 2-amp trickle charger. Now, if the Jeep is not a daily driver, which for Stevens, especially in the summertime, it's not, because he does a lot of traveling with his job. So if it's gonna sit for longer than a week or two, then you still wanna maintain the battery and the power that's going to the computers. So by wiring one of these in and plugging it in, you can actually extend the life of the battery by a solid year or two, easy. So this is real simple, positive and negative. We're just gonna wire it in and get a trickle charge going on his battery so that we can get it charged back up.
True.
By far, Chris, this has to be my favorite feature of this awning. It's just plug in, and plug in. And then this guy, which is a great jump box, is also basically a reserve battery pack. And since we are still about halfway full, we're going to give it a shot. And we are going to plug in on top. There is a USB. You got a high speed and a low speed. And we just plug it in. We got power. And you can see right away, I got power. So on, and then there. Now, we've got lights for our campsite, and I don't have to pull it off the battery power on the Jeep. I gotta tell you, this little battery pack, it 3 separate times we had to get Stevens jump started on his. I know that it's only recorded once on this video. And then I used it for, let's see, when we were up at the expo, we used it for charging our phones overnight, right?
Yeah.
Right, so while we were up at the expo a couple weeks ago, used this for charging the phones overnight, never plugged it in, never used it. Last night, we took this thing and we plugged it into the lights up here on my awning that I got from OpenRoad. And what was it, like 4 hours? And I think it only recorded it had like a quarter of a battery left. This damn things worked all night. I mean, it was like telling us it was time for bed around midnight when they shut off, and it's like, well, I guess the lights are off. But I wasn't expecting to be impressed by a jump box or a battery pack, especially one that's got a built-in compressor and like weird options more than just a jump box or a battery pack. But I'm actually really impressed with this little guy. You know what? I'll put a link down in the description below the video so that you can check this out for yourself, because it's been about 3 weeks since I've charged it, and as you can see from the footage you just watched, I've used it multiple times. I would recommend one of these. Like I said, the claim is you can charge it up. It'll stay fully charged for up to 3 months. So as an emergency power source to jumpstart your rig, I think this will come in handy. As a power source to charge your phones and run your lights and stuff for a couple of nights while you're at camp. Beautiful. So in the meantime, folks, my name is Josh. This is Jeeping for Beginners. Thanks for tuning in. There's a product link in the description down below this video. Check it out. Give me your opinion. You know, I'm just curious. As you can tell, lately I've been on a kick with these Amazon products that are inexpensive, but I'm doing this to test them for you, because we don't need to spend a whole lot of money to come out here and have a whole ton of fun. So, like I said, my name is Josh. If you have any questions, hit me up. In the meantime, folks, stay safe, happy Jeeping, and we'll see you next time.